So this is today's reality, and we have to live in the today's reality, move on.
Are you a little disappointed that the full Telecom Commission today didn't decide to come out with any measures to alleviate the pain of the telecom companies? There was talks of deferring the spectrum payments.
I think it's premature. I've not had the outcome of the Telecom Commission, but I understand that there is going to be another round of Telecom Commission meeting in future. We remain very hopeful.
How can I talk to you and not ask you about the timeline for the closure of the Vodafone deal? Where do things stand? What is the timeline?
So, as we mentioned, we are ahead on the merger process. We had a 4-step process, and we've crossed both the CCI approval as well as SEBI approval. We are in the final stage at NCLT. So the hearings is going on both for Vodafone in Bombay and for Idea in Gandhinagar. We are hopeful the approval from NCLT will come any day, and then we move to the final slot, moving on to DOT for getting ratification of our licenses.
To this financial year?
I think I would not put exact date on that. We remain consistent that calendar year, first half of calendar year 2018.
But just seeing the state of the telecom companies, do you think it makes sense to go ahead with spectrum auctions?
As far as Idea is concerned, we are in the midst of a merger at this point of time. One of the key reasons of merger is synergy and consolidation of spectrum. As you are aware, the total spectrum Idea and Vodafone combined entity will be highest in the country at levels of 1850 megahertz. We have to focus on rollout of a large quantum of mobile broadband services across multiple bands. Our first focus will be reforming existing spectrum. We intend to have almost 75 to 80% of the spectrum which will be consolidated move to wireless broadband, and then focus on coverage expansion and capacity expansion.
While you talk of spectrum, I'll get a liberalization of spectrum caps very shortly, but do you think sanity has returned to this sector? We've seen a lot of consolidation. We're now down to 4 players.
I had mentioned at the end of last quarter in my analyst call that we appear to be bottoming out, but there is one more pain, which is now the IUC factor, which is down from 14 paisa to 6 paisa, whose impact will be seen this quarter. So we are generally, our belief is tariffs have bottomed out if you exclude the impact of IUC.
Last question, I said I would return to it, the liberalization of the spectrum caps. That's going to have a good impact, if I may say so, for you and Vodafone.
But I don't think we should look at that as a benefit for individual company. We have to look at it benefit for the common man, the benefit for India. We are now discussing 4G and then moving on to 5G. So we are able to move from a current levels of 10, 20, 30 Mbps speeds to a level of 1 Gbps society. It's not possible to get 1 Gbps society unless you have large chunks of spectrum. Those chunks of spectrum need to be provided. Now with the consolidated structure, it is important that the total spectrum which the DOT has should be made to use and be able to provide broadband services. Otherwise, all of these discussions that we are having to be able to compete with the world, to be the best in the world, it is not going to be possible unless spectrum is made available. So I think we should not look at small benefits or at a event, but look at a larger context and how 1 billion Indians are going to move going forward.
For that, the back-end infrastructure is very important. Price points are very important. The disruptor, Mukesh Ambani and Rel Jio, have come out with that cheap handset. You've seen Bharti Airtel also respond. What can we expect from you?
So you are absolutely right. From moving from a current level of about 20-25% penetration of wireless broadband penetration to a level of 1 billion people using the handset, smartphone prices needs to go down and really encourage this to happen. We are working with multiple handset vendors to bring handset prices down.
So Kapania, I'm going to conclude this interview and try my luck once again. Were you shell-shocked when you heard all 19 were acquitted and there was never any 2G scam, and yet resource allocation has been changed forever?
So I'm not following this case, right? I think, as I said, we've moved on, and for us, the priority is what happens in 2020, what happens on the merger.